Hello, everybody. Here we go again. Another cool little study here where it's white to move and win this. We got this pawn 2 steps away from promotion. But of course, the black rook here will really try to stop everything we throw at him. So basically, we're actually down in material. But anyway, we can win if we play this correctly as white. So, well, give it a try now. You can pause the video, think about it, and see if you can solve how white wins from here. Go ahead. And welcome back. Okay, so uh, first normal move could be perhaps bishop b3. We want to put it on g8 to protect the pawn and have it promoted. Black will stop this though. He will go to c8 with the rook right away. And when we push the pawn, he will not sit back and wait for us to put our bishop here. Instead, Black will play the rook to h8 first. And now if we try to just protect this, we are actually too far away with our king to have anything to do with this, because Black will simply go up, grab this pawn, and then he can choose if he wants to just sacrifice here or do something else. Either way, Black is standing better than white. So we have to find something smarter for white from the beginning. Let's go back and see. Okay, doing this, attacking the rook for some reason, and then trying to perhaps go and attack the pawn is a very bad idea, because Black will simply have check here with the rook, which is a fork. We're going to lose our bishop, and we're going to lose the game pretty quick after that. And we cannot play bishop c2 to attack this pawn either, because the bishop is simply hanging. And again, Black is winning. Okay, now for a very interesting line, which is not correct, but it seemed could it be pretty good, starting with h7 right away. The thing is here that if Black plays the natural rook to c8 with the same idea to getting here, this is actually losing, because we can have a little bishop sacrifice here attacking this pawn, and Black cannot take it, of course. Then we will promote, and the king will not be quick enough. He will simply have to sacrifice this pawn, and white will be winning here. I will not show you the full variation because we are going to circle back to this. I'm just going to say that if Black plays rook to c8 directly after h7, white is winning. But Black doesn't have to play that. Instead, he chooses a lot easier way for Black to reach the draw here. At least a draw, I would say. Just give a check first. White moves his king somewhere, and then Black put the rook on h3. Now, white cannot do anything to save his pawn. And if we put the bishop in between, we will simply take it with the rook, and then the pawn is being lost. So that's not a good idea either to start with h7. But there is an idea. There is an idea to sacrifice the bishop somewhere to get the rook perhaps a bit off track, and to pave the way for both pawns to advance. So here comes the right starting move, which is the beautiful sacrifice here, bishop h5. This is doing exactly what we're talking about. We see pretty soon that if Black accepts this sacrifice, we simply play h7. The rook cannot come here. It's already guarded by the pawn. It has to come up. And we have two connected passed pawns here. And we all know that is a lot better than a single rook. So this is winning very easy for white. So that is a very beautiful starting move, bishop to h5. Now, of course, Black doesn't have to take this, so let's look at some other options. If he perhaps goes here trying to attack this pawn, well, this is just too slow. We will not do anything with this pawn. We will simply push h7, and he is forced back. And now this is, of course, losing. Now we've got the bishop in here also. And playing the rook right away, it's a bit too slow also. We grab here. Perhaps he gets his king closer. We have many things that win here. And I'm again going to circle back to this, because it's a lot better for Black not to move his rook at this point. instead just going for king g3 right away, trying to attack this pawn in 2 steps like this. Okay, so how do white win from here? There's actually two parallel moves that will lead to the same situation. Both are winning. Let's do the easy one. We'll start with h7. Black is forced to play the rook to c8 just to stop this. Then we grab here on g6. We could have done the other way around, grab first. Black cannot take back, and instead go h7. But this is really, we're forcing the right order of moves for black. Has to come here. Now black will do his plan to play king f4, attacking this pawn, and then he wants to sacrifice on this pawn and get a draw. But from here, white has a very beautiful win, and if you haven't seen it up to this time, you can now pause the video again and see if you find out how white wins from here. Go ahead. All right, well, we sacrificed the bishop once, let's just do it again. We put the bishop in between. Now we're threatening to promote. Black will just simply take our bishop, but now we release the path for our other pawn. And it seems like the black king is just not close enough. He can attack, but again, 2 pawns like this. One will promote, black will have to sacrifice the rook on one of them, and we get another queen, and we win this. Okay, let's look at one final little variation here. I said we push the 8 pawn because this is the easiest, but it's also winning to grab this pawn right away. Obviously, black cannot take this. Now it cannot stop the pawn. And if it goes here to f4, we will achieve the same variation if black plays rook c8. You also have the variation here to check and put the rook on h3. So this is a bit more tricky, but again, we have a beautiful bishop sacrifice. This is why I wanted to show you this variation also. It's also winning. Again, black is forced to take, and now we push the pawns. And it doesn't matter now if the black pawn is here or up here, with the same variation. These 2 pawns are winning together anyway. So it's really, really beautiful, I think. It's, of course, all about finding the first move, bishop to h5. Beautiful bishop sacrifice. If you manage to find that move, the rest of this study more or less solves itself. But it's very, very beautiful, of course. All right, thank you for watching this today. I hope I see you again tomorrow for another little video. See you then. Bye-bye.